2024-18, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
And I apologize, Commissioners. We had the screens working about 20 minutes ago, and they decided they did not want to participate. So we'll see about after you get that, but that's something that's important to us, so we'll follow it. Otherwise, yes, sir. REZ-2024-18 LOS Invest, 3910 Old US Highway 41 North. Ultimately, a request to change a residential lot that fronts both an internal and external road from residential to commercial. The commercial they're asking for is CC, Crossroads Commercial Zoning. Staff had some pretty good consideration with this request because it's a residential lot. It was developed or undeveloped when the neighborhood was originally developed, and it's remained undeveloped all these years. Ultimately, the lot was split into two pieces. If you did a site visit, you'll notice some residential pad work to the northwest. That is recent. When they split the lot, they think they're going to build or move a house onto that property. Then you have a small lot next to it that is a well lot for the neighborhood, and then you have the subject property. And so the developers would like to develop this commercially. They've talked about a potential buyer, but right now I would just encourage you to look at it like it's speculative commercial development. As a part of that, one of the unique things about this is you have an existing developed residential lot to the right, and you have existing potentially commercially developed land to the west, and so the left. And so as a part of that, this lot right now just sits right in the middle. And so staff ultimately felt like it was worth consideration for approval. But just know that we tried to look at impacts and considerations if you wanted to limit uses, if you wanted to talk about limiting that access to the north that's actually internal to the neighborhood potentially, or landscaping or fencing it. Those are all things that we can talk about that we considered. But ultimately, the only update I would give you now, since the Commission's work session, was that we did have one call from an adjacent neighbor. He owned property to the northwest that touches this lot. And his concerns primarily were uses. He wanted to know what uses were allowed in CC zoning. We sent him a copy of the staff report, which includes a list of those zoning uses. I think probably the one he keyed down on right away was potentially allowed was for an alcohol package store. But ultimately, I don't have any other concerns or follow-up from him. We did give him the option of writing a letter because he was out of town. But right now, I would just report to you that we did have one opposition phone call, and I think his concern was an alcohol package store would be allowed in CC zone. So other than answer any questions you may have, we can come to you with that recommendation, and I think it's ready for your consideration.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for staff?
I've got one question. Jason.
Yes, sir.
If that is a concern, and it is, and they're close to a residential area, could we make a condition, if it was approved, to not allow an alcohol?
Yes, sir. Y'all absolutely can limit uses. The language, I'd recommend something like the following uses are not allowed on this property: an alcohol package store, and any other uses you find objectionable, but that is definitely an option that the Commission has.
Jason, just let me be clear right now, based on the zoning they're requesting, that would be allowed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So unless there's a condition, any of the uses that are allowed in CC zoning would be allowed.
Okay.
Would be allowed going forward.
I just have a quick question about the ingress, egress.
Yes,
is that going to be restricted to 41, or has that been determined yet? Or?
Right now, it would not be. And there was some consideration, and I will tell you there's two places in town we looked at, both off of Bay Tree Road with the Zacadoo's on Bay Tree. It's a very small entrance, but there is a back entrance that funnels out through that neighborhood, as does, I believe it's Citizens Community Bank down the street. They both have a rear entrance into that residential area. Now, it's a one-lane entrance because I think both of those were quite a battle. But at this point, we've not recommended a condition, so right now it would be open. The only thing that will be done pretty standard is the buffering to the south on the existing residence and to the northwest where they have that residential zoning.
Yeah.
But both of those considerations and conditions, we would definitely be open to talking about. But right now, we did not restrict access to, I think it's Barker Drive.
Right. I know you don't know what they're planning to put there, but depending on what it is, it could be an important matter to fix about.
Yes, I mean, I would, the applicants are out of town. They said they may send someone, and someone may speak on their behalf tonight. But at this point, I do not. I wish I did know, but I don't. All I can tell you is, with CC zoning, the height standards, the uses are what I would concentrate on and making sure that, you know, we think it can fit here at this subject property. And this is not an easy case. It is a tight fit, and how do you balance the commercial and the residential needs? That's why we gave you those different residential zonings in your packet, because although we advertise for CC, if CG or even OI is more appropriate, I think all those options are on the table.
Thank you very much.
Sir?
What zone is more appropriate?
So if you decide that CC is too intense, but you don't want to leave it residential, there's also OI, which is probably the least amount of commercial professional zoning we do allow, and that's in your packet. So even though we recommended for CC, you also have a CG or an OI zoning that I think would would allow for some development there. OI probably allows the least amount of those residences that are next to it. And CC and CG, they both allow for some uses. It depends on, you know, kind of what direction the applicant's looking for. So far, they requested CC, so that's what we advertise.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bill, go ahead.
You mentioned the buffer, is that a 20-foot buffer?
So Mr. Steve,
20 or 30 foot?
so I think with a fence, hold on, that will tell you.
And that would be on the north side.
So wherever that property touches residential zoning, I think it's to the east and the northwest. So for a commercial, it would be a 30-foot buffer or 15 feet with a fence. If they just did for example, a 2-story office building, then that would be a 20-foot buffer or a 10-foot buffer with a fence. And both of those are with landscape.
And that would be on the east side, on the street side.
So we do not buffer the street, we only buffer the residents to the east, and then the, there's a little property line to the northwest. You can buffer the street. You can put that as a condition that we think that will be helpful, and go ahead and buffer that, where they don't have an access there. That's very possible. But that would be beyond what our regulations apply. That'd be a condition the commission can do.
Any other questions, commissioners? Go ahead.
Steve, in looking at this in lieu of the discussion about the buffer zone, it appears that if I'm reading this correctly, the kind of southwest corner, that the lot width is about 72 feet. And so in essence, if we were to put that 30-foot buffer, that's and then also taking into consideration the wetlands, it really does constrain the type of use that you go inside pretty significantly.
The buffer would be along this line and up this line.
It would not
But
go
it
on the south.
wouldn't be on that
Not on that
southwest.
street, not on the street.
Showing the street or this street here.
You looking right here, down here? It wouldn't be a buffer here on this portion of it?
Yes, sir, there would.
Oh,
So if they put a fence, I mean, I would recommend, and I think the developer will probably pursue a fence, because you care more about that space, so you can fit what you're putting in there, rather than taking up the full 30 foot, and for example, saving money on the fence. With how this site is currently arranged, I would imagine they would want a fence option to allow for that additional space there. But yes, sir, I agree. I mean, the site, the shape of the property is going to be a challenge for laying out a potential development. It sure is.
And just based on the size, it wouldn't allow any fast food franchise or things of that nature, because you're looking at an acre that's 1.15 acres.
Does an answer clarify your comment, Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Any other questions for staff on this case? Then I will open the public hearing portion of this matter. Is there anyone here this evening that would like to speak in favor of this case? Please come forward. State your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Commissioner Chairman. William Nigel, 1007 North Patterson Street. As Mr. Davenport said, the applicant's out of town, and I got a call late last week to see if I could step in for them and just have somebody here to answer questions. I think the applicants felt like, if nobody showed up, it might appear like this isn't important to them. So it obviously is. of ingress and egress. And if it does, those are gonna be your only 2 points, Barker Road and US Highway 41. Or if it's only gonna require 1 point of ingress and egress, and Mr. Davenport may be able to shed some light on that, but,
Sure, regarding if we would require an additional point, sir?
yes, please.
So, glad to see the applicant had representation. Right now, there are some uses for a fire code that would allow you or require you to have 2 points of ingress egress. I am not aware of one of those uses that would fit on this property that would allow it to be developed. So I don't know of any requirement that commercially would make them have that second point. On a larger property, I'm aware, but on a 1 acre piece, I would maybe defer to Commissioner Miller there. I'm not aware of a requirement where you would have to have that second access. I think it's for convenience, and I think there's some limits to it, but I'm not aware one will be required for a particular commercial use. Beneficial, sure, required, I'm not ready to present a use like that, Commissioner.
Thank you, Jason.
And again, it makes sense to me that if it's not required, that would probably be better to develop, not to have access to Barker Road into that residential area. So, we could put a fence along there, buffer, I'm sure they would be comfortable with those conditions. Again, I think it's gonna be a challenge to develop this parcel, given that, about a quarter of it has wetlands on it. You've got a very narrow entrance on the front. I agree with Commissioner Miller. I don't know if I really see this site being feasible for like a fast food establishment, or it's just, I don't know if it's big enough, and especially given the access constraints. I think it's probably more akin to maybe an office use. So, I know CC was requested. I think the applicant was thinking that if there are concerns with the commission, with some of those uses, that those may be better dealt with through restrictions and with buffering, with the neighbors' concerns.
You don't have any idea what he's gonna put there, what he's wanting to put there?
My last conversation, and if you look in the application, I will say, and my client noted this, the last conversation I had with him, he said, our office right now is right across the street on Highway 41. And in the application, it does say rezone from R21 to CC in order to construct a new office building. So I think, in Mr. Ornstein and Ms. Ornstein's opinion, the office building they have now that's on the west side of US Highway 41 is probably more feasible for some sort of fast food or more retail establishment. And if they sold that, they'd like to be able to at least construct their office on the other side of this property. But I can't represent to you that that is gonna be their.
Yeah, we understand, Mr. Dodge, you can't commit.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Mr. Dodge? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We have a few minutes. Is there anyone else here this evening that would like to speak in favor of this matter? Is there anyone here this evening that would like to speak against this case? If so, sir, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. For letting speak. My name is Galen Graham, and I live on Barker Road, and the property is right in front of my house. And the first concern is that we did not have notice of this for Friday. We got a post office lady had us to sign a paper, so we did not have notice of this. I don't know if
Sir,
I know,
Thank you.
but I'm saying some of the neighbors didn't know about this either. That's on that road until Friday, and so that's one of my concerns there. And my other concern, and some of that's been revealed, what's possibly going to be built there. Several years ago, when we first built our home there, a church wanted to build on this property, and it was denied because of traffic situation. And so I just want to bring that forward on that property. this is a residential neighborhood, a lot of retired people are there. And, you just can't understand why you're going to put a business in a residential, neighborhood there. In fact, I know it does face, 41, and, right beside this property, that, whatever it's gonna be, is our water supply. That is right beside it. We have a community, water, well by Telfair Acres. And, that's a concern for whatever, runoff or whatever is gonna be put there. And also the environmental for the swamp area that's, right beside this property also. Traffic concerns is another thing, and, as I mentioned earlier, it was denied because, the church, did not, we were talking about the entrance to Barker Road and 41, and it was not because where they were gonna park and so on and so forth. And so, that's another concern. Plus, there's a new establishment across the street, a new coffee place is being built. And, that's another traffic concern, getting in and out, of that. And it's already, the, Department of Transportation said that there's 11,000 cars a day that goes, on that road on Old 41 there. Bywwood and all of the morning, and I'm talking about traffic solutions, and y'all mentioned here that you didn't know if there's an entrance gonna be on Barker Road or North 41. So that's a concern, also. And, I just want to point these things out. Like I said, we're an old established neighborhood, a lot of senior, people there. And, I just thank y'all for figuring it out, but, I'm concerned, and a lot of other people are concerned, in that area as far, as traffic goes, and noise, situation. Plus, there's a house on the very corner of this, not my house, but another neighbor's house there. And so, that's just a concern that I have that I'm totally against. And then, property value, how you gonna sell a house, when you got a major business, right in front of your house? And so, that's another concern I have. So, I appreciate y'all's, service, and thank you, for hearing me.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. Is it any questions for Mr. Graham before he leaves the podium? Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming forward. Is there anyone else here this evening that would like to speak against this case? Yes, ma'am. Please come forward.
I have the paper, who do I need to get it to?
To this staff lady right here, Ms. Amia.
We're here on behalf, that's my neighbor, Mr. Graham. Hey, Mr. Graham, hey, Mr. Graham, how y'all doing?
Thank you.
Please state your name, please, and
Mom,
address
come up.
for the record.
We all live together, my mom, her name is Rosa Moore. We've been there at this property, house built from the ground. I'm so sorry, excuse me.
That's okay. Does your friend plan to speak as well, or?
That's my husband. He's
I mean, this lady that's
No,
standing
this is
beside,
my mom.
is she gonna speak as well?
Well, she's just here, just to let
Okay.
you stand here, just to let you guys know.
Thank
Her
you.
name is also on the piece of paper.
Okay.
Yes. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much, since we do apologize for being late, okay? My neighbor, Mr. Graham, he basically laid out basically everything that he's talking about. That house on the corner, that's our home. And when we got the letter, it was just shocking to know that somebody's gonna take this little small itty bitty area and make a commercial. And I'm like, Mr. Graham, how are you gonna get in and out? Which area are you gonna use? Barker Road, in which our home is right there on the corner. So if you put that commercial business, whether it be, a place where you have heavy equipment and eatery, are you kidding me? It's just so small, it's a swampy area, and then our backyard is going to be, how are you gonna connect to the water supply? Where is the drainage gonna go? That is my big thing. And it's just, we on community water already, and it's a problem, when things happen, just like Helen and Idalia, we there with no water, period, So how are you gonna put a business there of any kind. If they didn't let the church come there back in the day, what make you think, and I would rather have a church if that's the case. If you're gonna put anything there, if you're gonna do that now, go ahead and put a church, because an eatery, it just wouldn't even be feasible to put any type of business there. How are they gonna get in and out? It's just, and it's gonna affect properties there. Mr. Graham is correct, he's right. It's like, oh, Mr. Bailey, sorry, I'm just looking at some names, I'm so sorry. You're blindsided, but I'm against it. I am.
Thank you, ma'am, for
And
your
that's
comment.
my daughter, and we discussed the matter, and it wouldn't be feasible. And I don't think that, I just would like to have it there.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
No
Anyone
problem.
have a question for these ladies before they step away?
Just one out of curiosity, when did you receive your notification concerning this?
Oh, let me get the envelope that came in, excuse me. Got it on November the 19th, and we didn't get it until 11/21, somebody put it right there.
21.
Mhm.
Thank you. That's all.
Any other question for these ladies on this case? Thank you all for coming forward. Thank you for your comment. We have a small amount of time. Is there anyone else here this evening that would like to speak against this case? Ma'am?
I would like to, please.
Please come forward. You have to come forward and state your name. Did you fill out a speaker sheet?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Sandra Brown, and I live at 3904 Sparta Road. Our house is right across from the property that is being rezoned, and the water is also right across from our house. We moved into our home about 40 years ago when our son was 18 months old, because this was an older neighborhood, it was very quiet, and it was out of the city, so we could have much more quiet than in the city. And we've enjoyed living there, but several months ago, a gentleman had bought the property right across the street from us, and he was wanting to build a house there. But he had seen up further toward the middle of it that someone else had sold a property there for more money. And so he thought, I think I'm gonna sell this and buy the property on the north side of the water tank. And so my husband was out getting our mail one day, and this gentleman was across the street with a lady. He was trying to buy that property. And he was saying, oh, he says, we're going to put a liquor store here.
What?
Which I thought was very, very rude of the gentleman. But he has spent a lot of money on this property, hauling in dirt. The property he was proposing to build his house on the different north side of the water tank is right there backed up to a wetland, which I don't see how he could do that. But beside that point, we're very concerned about the noise level. He had already previously cleared the land all the way to 41, and there goes a lot of the buffering from 41. It's a very busy road. And also, since we had the storm, some of the trees have fallen as well. It's a very quiet, stable neighborhood. We raised both our boys there, and we just really don't want that to be disrupted by who knows what. We don't know if we'll get a liquor store, or if we'll get a food store, or a place to store heavy equipment. Anything could go there as long as it is rezoned. And we just don't want that to happen. We love our neighborhood. We have so many, well, it's not a huge neighborhood, but we have a very close-knit relationship with our neighbors in there. And we don't want that to be disrupted. You know, there's a lot of places that don't have a safe zone now. And I feel like our home is within a very nice neighborhood that's very quiet and loving, and we just really don't want anything to happen to that.
Thank you, Ms. Graham. I'm not trying to questions for Ms. Graham before she steps away? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming forward and speaking.
Thank you all for listening, and I hope that you open your hearts and your minds to do the right thing,
Thank you, ma'am.
because we love our neighborhood.
Thank you so much. Time has expired for those who wish to speak against this case, so I will close the public hearing on this matter. Commissioners, any further comments or,
Yes.
yes, sir, go ahead.
Staff, what's the time for posting notification?
Yes, sir. So for a rezoning case, it's anywhere between 15 and 45 days before the county commission meeting, which the county commission meeting is December 10th. So I think we're within that window. Certainly, if we send out those notices and there is a problem, we want to know about it. But right now, with the sign, the letters, and the notices about us at a time, I think we meet our CO requirement.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
In-
Yes, sir.
You said that we can make special conditions for this property. We can
Yes, sir.
recommend special conditions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have one question. How current is this imagery that we have? Sounds as if there's been more activity on the site. More than what's been depicted in this application.
Commissioner, I think that imagery is from probably 2023, January of 2023. And I will tell you, after going out there, there's a building pad that one of the speakers spoke of
Yes.
north of this property that looks within the past few months. And certainly the number of trees that are depicted on this property are not there. I mean, those trees, now I don't know if it was Idalia, lean, or they were just cut, but the number of trees on this property are not the volume that you see here.
And the building pad is not associated with this case, is that right, Jason?
That's right, that's a separate property. That property has been divided.
Yes, sir.
Okay, North 41 is a disaster, especially in the morning with the school and everything. What's the outline? Do you have anything on widening that road or something? Because I'm looking, you're putting more stuff out there,
Yes, sir.
and I haven't been out there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So I do know that there are plans north of Battlewood to further widen and extend the road section, but I think this section is a 4-lane or a 5-lane section currently. So I don't know of any plans to widen this section beyond what it's already been widened.
Okay, we spoke about the liquor store, but if we go CC, you could put up a 7-Eleven store and sell all the liquor you want out of it.
So you could do a liquor store unless the commission conditions that otherwise. Or if you put a gas station, that gas station could sell liquor. Most of the gas stations, they do not sell liquor, they sell either beer or wine. And that would actually be a separate public hearing where if that was approved, the commission could do beer and wine, yes.
Thank you, Jason. Any other questions for staff?
So how do you make a condition for the liquor store? I mean, I think the liquor store keeps coming up.
Well, basically,
Was that another conversation?
when I call for a motion on this matter,
Okay.
if you would like to make a recommendation to approve with any condition that's been discussed here this evening, that's how you say it.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll bear with you if you decide to make a motion. Yes, sir, Mr. Commissioner Willis. Okay, so staff has no questions. In that case, I will entertain a motion on this matter.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
in view of all of the circumstances I see that's involved in this piece of property, as far as the narrowness of it, as far as wetlands on the property, the fact that CC is technically a little bit out of character for the area, and the traffic is gonna be exiting out into the residential neighborhood. I don't personally think it's a good fit for it. So I make a motion that we deny the request for CC funding on this
Second.
REZ 2024-18 LOS.
All right, we have a motion to recommend denial on this case from Commissioner Willis. And I think I heard a second by Commissioner Blythwood. All those in favor of the recommendation for denial, to recommend denial, please raise your hand. Thank you. opposed to the recommendation?
I would, restrict.
All right, then that closes this case.